They are the vital force that breathes life into your thoughts and intentions. The essence of creation lies in the marriage of thought and feeling. When you align your emotions with your desires, you activate a force more powerful than any physical energy. Like Avalara's citizens who learned to cultivate joy and enthusiasm to light their homes, you too can harness your emotional state to illuminate your path to manifestation. In the mountains of the east lived Arya, a musician whose melodies could bring rain to parched fields and sunshine to stormy skies. Those who sought to learn her secret watched her fingers on the strings, studying her technique. Yet Arya's power lay not in her skill, but in her ability to pour pure emotion into every note. When she played, her joy, longing, or peace flowed through the instrument, touching all who listened. Your emotions resonate with this same creative force. Each feeling sends ripples through the fabric of reality, attracting experiences that match its frequency. When you infuse your intentions with genuine emotion, you create a magnetic field that draws your desires closer. The universe responds not to the words you speak or the thoughts you think, but to the feeling tone of your being. Like Avalara's glowing walls or Arya's transformative music, your emotional energy broadcasts a signal that shapes the world around you. Practice. Find a quiet space and bring to mind a memory that fills you with pure joy. Allow this feeling to expand within you, noticing how it affects your body and energy. Now, while maintaining this elevated emotional state, focus on something you wish to create in your life. Let your heart's energy infuse this desire, creating a bridge between your current joy and future manifestation. Chapter 13. The Science of Synchronicity. In the vast desert plains where the horizon meets the endless sky, lived the celestial nomads. Each night, they would gather beneath the cosmic tapestry, reading the dance of stars as naturally as you might read these words. Their wisdom teaches us that the universe speaks not only through grand gestures, but through subtle patterns woven into the fabric of everyday life. You stand at the center of a vast cosmic web, where every event, encounter, and coincidence carries meaning. These synchronicities, these meaningful coincidences, are the universe's way of communicating with you, guiding your path toward your highest good. When the celestial nomads noticed certain stars aligning in unusual patterns, they understood these as sacred messages. If 3 shooting stars appeared in succession pointing east, they would adjust their journey accordingly. Their trust in these cosmic signs never failed to lead them to oases, shelter, or settlements exactly when needed. The universe speaks this same language to you through the events of your daily life. A book falling open to exactly the page you needed to read, a chance encounter with someone who holds the answer you've been seeking, or a recurring number sequence catching your eye. These are not random occurrences, but divine orchestration. Along the ancient silk routes traveled Hassan, a merchant seeking a legendary treasure. Rather than following maps or directions, he followed signs that seemed to appear at precisely the right moments. A peculiar bird leading him to a hidden spring, a pattern in the sand revealing a safe passage through treacherous dunes, or a child's innocent words containing vital clues. Each synchronicity led him closer to his goal, though the true treasure proved to be not gold or jewels, but the wisdom of trusting the universe's guidance. Like Hassan, you are surrounded by signs and symbols crafted specifically for your journey. The universe arranges these synchronicities with perfect timing, creating a trail of breadcrumbs leading to your highest good. Your task is not to force these signs to appear, but to remain open and attentive to their presence. Practice. Begin a sacred journal dedicated to recording synchronicities in your daily life. Each evening, reflect on the meaningful coincidences you encountered. The timely phone call, the recurring symbol, the overheard conversation that answered your silent question. Notice how these signs align with your current path and intentions. Through this practice, you will develop a deeper awareness of the universe's guiding hand in your life. Chapter 14, The Divine Equation. In the halls of an ancient academy, Master Zhang spent decades unlocking the mysteries of numbers. One morning, while contemplating the golden ratio, he discovered a truth that transcended mathematics, the perfect equation between effort and surrender. You possess within you two complementary forces: the power to shape your destiny through focused intention, and the wisdom to release control, allowing the universe to orchestrate the perfect circumstances for your desires to manifest. Master Zhang taught his students that creation follows a divine formula. Intention multiplied by surrender equals manifestation. Like the precise balance of numbers in a complex equation, too much force disrupts the natural flow, while too little direction leaves energy scattered to the winds. This sacred mathematics reveals that manifestation occurs not through rigid control or passive waiting, but through the harmonious dance between your directed will and your trust in universal timing. When you plant a seed, you do so with clear intention, yet you do not dig it up each day to check its progress. You water it, provide sunlight, and trust in nature's wisdom to transform that seed into a flourishing plant. Amidst rolling waves and endless horizons, Captain Lin guided her ship across vast oceans. She set her course by the stars with unwavering clarity, yet remained flexible enough to adjust her sails when the winds changed. Some nights, when storms obscured the celestial guides, she trusted the currents beneath her vessel, knowing they too led to her destination. Her journey teaches us that while we must hold steady to our chosen direction, we must also flow with the universe's greater wisdom. Like Captain Lin, you are called to maintain clear vision while remaining adaptable to the universe's orchestration. Your role is to set the destination through focused intention, then allow the cosmic winds to carry you there through paths you might never have imagined. Practice. Select one heartfelt desire and write it down with crystal clarity. Spend several minutes infusing this intention with your focused energy and emotion. Then perform the sacred release. Extend your arms outward, palms facing up, and speak these words. I trust in the perfect unfolding of this desire, in divine timing and in divine ways. Feel the liberation as you surrender the how to the universe's infinite wisdom. Chapter 15, The Shadow's Gift. In the depths of an ancient mountain, a wanderer named Rami discovered a cave entrance beckoning with mysterious shadows. As he ventured deeper, his torch cast dancing forms on the weathered walls. Suddenly, he encountered a dark figure that mirrored his every movement. His initial terror gave way to understanding, as he realized the shadow held fragments of himself he had long denied. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. What you resist persists, yet what you embrace transforms. The shadows that seem to block your path contain the very elements needed for your enlightenment. These aspects you label as negative, your doubts, fears, and perceived weaknesses, are not obstacles but gateways to greater power. The universe operates through perfect balance. Light cannot exist without shadow, just as strength emerges through confronting weakness. When you turn to face what you fear, you discover it holds a gift, the key to unlocking your next level of awareness. Consider the wisdom of Samuel, the master gardener, who understood that the richest blooms spring from soil enriched by decay. Where others saw waste, he recognized transformation. Each fallen leaf, each withered stem he collected became nourishment for future growth. Through his patient alchemy, what appeared lifeless was reborn as vitality. Like Samuel's garden, your perceived limitations contain seeds of potential. That fear of failure, it masks an intense desire for growth. The doubt that holds you back, it conceals wisdom waiting to emerge. These shadows, when embraced rather than avoided, become the compost from which your dreams flourish. Practice. Take a moment now to sit in stillness with paper and pen. Write down one fear or limiting belief that has been casting shadows in your life. Examine it not as an enemy, but as a teacher. Below it write, "This shadow shows me," and allow wisdom to flow. Transform this perceived obstacle into an ally by discovering what it offers your growth. The very thing you resist may hold the key to your next breakthrough. Chapter 16, Words That Shape Worlds. In the mists of ancient times, a wandering bard named Elias traveled between two kingdoms separated by a vast chasm. Night after night he sang of a bridge that would unite the lands, weaving melodies that carried the power of creation. As his words resonated through the valley, stones began to rise, drawn by the vibration of his voice, forming an arch that spanned the divide. The bridge, they say, still stands today, a testament to the power held within the spoken word. You possess this same creative force within your voice. Every word you speak sends ripples through the fabric of existence, shaping the reality around you. The ancients understood this truth, that language carries vibrational energy capable of transforming thought into form. When you speak, you command the very elements of creation. Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, each one carrying a specific frequency that attracts its like. Positive affirmations, spoken with conviction, become bridges between your current reality and your desired state of being. In a distant valley, there lived a wise woman named Maya who understood the sacred power of blessing. Each spring, she would hold seeds in her palms and speak words of life over them. Those who witnessed this ritual spoke of how the seeds would sprout even before touching the soil, awakened by the pure vibration of her blessing. This wisdom teaches us that words carry life force energy. When you speak with intention, you activate the same creative power that moves through all things. Your voice becomes an instrument of manifestation, each word a note in the symphony of creation. Consider carefully the words you choose. Negative speech creates discord in your vibrational field, while words of truth and power align you with the frequency of abundance. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the spoken declaration of your intentions. Practice. Find a quiet space where you can be alone with your voice. Choose an affirmation that resonates with your deepest truth, one that fills you with light when you speak it. 10 times, speak this affirmation aloud, allowing each repetition to grow stronger and clearer. Feel the vibration of each word as it leaves your lips, sensing how it ripples through the air around you. Let your voice carry the full power of your intention, knowing that each declaration shapes the unseen forces of creation. Chapter 17, The Hidden Law. In the halls of an ancient library where wisdom sleeps in forgotten tomes, there lived a keeper of sacred knowledge named Thaddeus. Each day, as shadows danced across weathered scrolls, he guided truth-seekers to the texts they sought, yet never to the most treasured manuscript hidden beneath the library's heart, until one dawn, when he encountered a soul ready for its revelation. You stand now where that seeker stood, at the threshold of wisdom that transcends the mere law of attraction. The universe operates not just through attraction, but through the sublime art of becoming. When you grasp this truth, manifestation becomes instant, for there is no gap between what you desire and what you are. The ancient scroll speaks of a power beyond wanting or wishing. It reveals that creation flows not from what you seek to attract, but from what you choose to embody. In every moment, you are not drawing things toward you. You are becoming the very essence of your desires. Picture a mirror crafted by master artisans of a forgotten age. Those who approached it seeking their reflection found only emptiness until they recognized their own divinity. Only when they stood before it, fully embracing their worthiness, did their image appear. This mirror still exists, not as a physical object, but as the law that governs all creation. It reflects back not what you wish to see, but what you have become. This teaching transcends the simple act of attraction. It calls you to rise beyond hoping and wanting into the sacred space of being. When you truly embody the state of your desire, when you walk, speak, and breathe as though it is already yours, the universe has no choice but to reflect this truth back to you. Think of the child who doesn't wish to be a king. In play, they simply are the king. Their crown may be made of paper, their throne a wooden chair, yet in their world, the transformation is complete and instant. This is the pure power of embodiment that you are now remembering. Practice. Choose one desire close to your heart. For an entire day, move through your world as though this desire has already manifested. Let every action, word, and thought flow from this place of completion. Notice how this state of being shifts your energy and the world's response to you. As you lay down to rest, reflect on the moments when this embodiment felt most natural and true. Chapter 18, Sacred Symbols. In the ancient city of Alexandria, a young apprentice named Cyrus discovered a series of enigmatic markings etched into the temple walls. Each symbol pulsed with an otherworldly energy, forming patterns that seemed to dance in the torchlight. As he traced these sacred geometries with reverent fingers, the temple walls began to shift, revealing hidden chambers that had remained sealed for millennia. You too stand before such symbols of power, though you may not yet recognize them. The universe speaks through sacred patterns: the spiral of a shell, the hexagon of a snowflake, the golden ratio found in nature's perfect designs. These are not mere decorations, but keys to unlocking the creative force that flows through all things. The symbols you encounter daily carry vibrations that can amplify your intentions. Like tuning forks that resonate with specific frequencies, each sacred pattern connects to different aspects of creation. The circle represents wholeness and completion, the triangle embodies divine manifestation, and the spiral signals evolution and growth. In the marketplace of Damascus, there lived a craftsman named Karim who understood this hidden language. His hands moved with practiced precision as he etched ancient symbols into metal and stone. Those who wore his creations found their desires manifesting with remarkable speed, for each amulet carried the focused energy of universal law encoded in its patterns. Yet the true power lies not in the symbols themselves, but in your relationship with them. When you align your consciousness with these sacred geometries, you tap into the same creative force that shapes galaxies and forms crystals in the Earth's depths. These patterns serve as bridges between your intentions and the universal field of possibility. Practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow a symbol to emerge that represents your deepest desire. It may be a traditional sacred geometry pattern or a unique form that speaks to your soul. Draw this symbol on paper, or if you prefer, Visualize it clearly in your mind's eye. Spend several minutes in meditation, allowing your awareness to merge with the symbol's energy. Feel its vibration resonating with your intention, knowing that this focused alignment activates the universal forces of creation. Chapter 19. The Portal of Stillness. High in the mist-shrouded mountains, a wise elder named Zhen welcomed a seeker into his sanctuary. The seeker's mind raced with questions, his body fidgeted with restless energy. Yet Zhen offered no words, only gestured toward a simple stone bench in the heart of the temple. You, like this seeker, carry within you an ocean of thoughts, desires, and dreams. Yet true power emerges not from the endless waves of mental activity, but from the depths of silence that lie beneath. The quantum field, the infinite realm of pure potential, speaks in whispers that can only be heard when the mind grows still. In silence, you access a dimension where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where your desires already manifest in their perfect form. Think of your mind as a pool of water. When stirred by countless thoughts, its surface becomes choppy, distorting everything it reflects. But as the water settles into perfect stillness, it mirrors the vast sky above with crystal clarity. This mirrors the ancient truth. Clarity emerges from stillness, and in clarity, you perceive the path to manifestation. In a valley untouched by time, there existed a lake of such perfect stillness that visitors often mistook the reflected stars for lights beneath its surface. Those who gazed into its depths reported experiencing moments of pure knowing, insights that transformed their lives. The lake taught what words could not, that within absolute stillness lies absolute potential. This sacred silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of infinite possibility. When you enter this space of pure awareness, you step beyond the limitations of thought into the realm where creation begins. Here, in the gap between thoughts, you touch the very source of manifestation. Practice. Find a space where you will remain undisturbed. Settle into a comfortable position and allow your breath to naturally slow. For the next 10 minutes, rest in complete silence. Don't try to stop your thoughts. Simply observe them passing like clouds across the sky of your awareness. Notice the spaces between thoughts growing longer, deeper. Let any inspirations or insights arise naturally, knowing they emerge from the infinite field of pure potential. Chapter 20. The Art of Releasing Control. A young sparrow perched on the highest branch of an ancient oak, its wings trembling with uncertainty. Though born with the gift of flight, it clung desperately to what felt safe and known. As dawn painted the sky in golden hues, the sparrow noticed how the leaves around it danced freely in the morning breeze. In that moment, it understood. True freedom comes not from holding on, but from letting go. With one breath, it released its grip and discovered that the very air it feared would become its greatest ally. You too stand at such a threshold. The universe operates through a divine paradox. The more tightly you grasp at your desires, the more they slip through your fingers like grains of sand. When you release your iron grip on outcomes, you allow the infinite wisdom of creation to work through you, rather than against you. Consider the potter who crafted vessels for the temple. Each day he shaped the clay with practiced hands, but one morning his desperation to create the perfect pot caused him to squeeze too tightly. The clay, unable to flow naturally, cracked and spilled over his hands. Only when he loosened his grip did the vessel take its intended form, more beautiful than any he had forced into being. This wisdom echoes through the ages. Attachment creates resistance, and resistance blocks the natural flow of manifestation. When you clutch too tightly to specific outcomes, you unknowingly constrict the channels through which abundance flows. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, often has plans far grander than your limited vision can conceive. True mastery lies not in controlling every detail, but in setting your intention and then surrendering to the greater intelligence that orchestrates all of creation. Like the sparrow who discovered flight only after releasing its perch, your desires manifest most powerfully when you trust in the perfect unfolding of divine timing. Practice. Find a quiet moment to reflect on something you desire deeply. Notice any tension, anxiety, or need to control associated with this desire. Now, imagine this attachment as a physical object in your hands. Feel its weight, its texture. Slowly begin to open your hands, allowing this attachment to dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Breathe deeply as you release your grip on how and when this desire must manifest. Feel the lightness and peace that comes with trusting in the universe's perfect plan. Part 3. Embodiment of Infinite Power. Chapter 21. The Energy of Certainty. In a village among ancient mountains lived a blacksmith known for his exceptional craft. Each morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the horizon, he would light his forge and begin his sacred work. Yet one creation would test the very limits of his art: a sword that could never be broken. The blacksmith understood that the metal's strength flowed not merely from his hammer, but from his unwavering belief. As he worked the glowing steel, he poured not just his skill, but his absolute certainty into every strike. Days turned to weeks as he forged, tempered, and refined, never once allowing a shadow of doubt to enter his mind. When the blade finally emerged from its final tempering, it possessed a radiance that spoke of its extraordinary nature. Not a single warrior could break it, for it had been forged in the fires of absolute conviction. You too possess this power of certainty, the ability to shape reality through unshakable belief. When doubt creeps into your thoughts, it creates microscopic fractures in your manifestations, just as uncertainty in the blacksmith's mind would have weakened his creation. The universe responds not to what you hope for or wish might happen, but to what you know with unwavering certainty will be. In distant fields, a farmer taught this same truth through simpler means. Each spring, he would plant his seeds with complete faith in their growth. While others worried about weather and soil conditions, he simply knew his crops would flourish. He understood that seeds respond to the certainty of the one who plants them. Season after season, his fields produced abundant harvests, nourished not just by sun and rain, but by his absolute trust in nature's process. Your thoughts are seeds, and your certainty is the soil in which they grow. When you plant them with doubt, they struggle to take root. But when you nurture them with absolute belief, they flourish with supernatural vigor. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It manifests what you know to be true with every fiber of your being. Practice. Choose one desire that burns brightest in your heart, the one truth that ignites your spirit and quickens your pulse when you contemplate it. Write it as a statement of absolute certainty, beginning with the words, "I know without doubt." Speak this statement aloud each morning as the sun rises, letting your voice carry the same unwavering conviction as the blacksmith's hammer striking true steel. Feel the resonance of your certainty echoing through the universe, knowing that, like the farmer's seeds, your desire is already growing into reality. Let each word vibrate with the power of your absolute knowing, for just as surely as dawn follows night, what you know in your depths must manifest in your world. This is not mere repetition of words, but the forging of your destiny through the fire of unshakable faith. Chapter 22. Sacred Symbols. In the ancient city of stone and secrets, a master mason named Amir discovered something extraordinary, while carving intricate patterns into temple walls. As his chisel traced sacred geometric forms, spirals, triangles, and intersecting circles, he noticed the stone beneath his hands began to pulse with an otherworldly warmth. Those who later walked past his carvings reported feeling unexplainable shifts in their lives, healing, clarity, and abundance flowing to them as if summoned by the ancient patterns. You stand now before similar patterns that have existed since time immemorial. These sacred symbols serve as bridges between the seen and unseen realms, focusing and amplifying the creative forces of the universe. Just as a lens concentrates light, these geometric forms concentrate energy, creating vortexes of manifestation power. The patterns you observe in nature, the spiral of a shell, the hexagons of a honeycomb, the branching of trees, are not random designs but expressions of universal law. When you work with these sacred forms consciously, you tap into the same creative force that shapes galaxies and atoms alike. In a distant valley, a wise woman named Maya understood this truth through her healing work. She would create geometric patterns in bowls of water using specific arrangements of crystals. Those who drank from these vessels experienced profound transformations, their bodies responding to the harmonious frequencies embedded in the water through sacred geometry. The patterns spoke a language older than words, communicating directly with the intelligence of life itself. These symbols exist as keys, unlocking doors in the fabric of reality. The circle represents wholeness and infinity. The triangle channels the power of Trinity, creation, preservation, and transformation. The spiral embodies the journey of evolution and growth. By meditating upon these forms, you align yourself with their inherent qualities, allowing their vibrations to reshape your energy field. Practice. Select or draw a sacred geometric symbol that resonates with your current intention. It might be a spiral for growth, a circle for completion, or a triangle for manifestation. The hexagon speaks of harmony and balance, while the flower of life pattern connects you to the infinite web of creation. Trust your intuition to guide you to the perfect form. Your inner wisdom knows which vibration you need most in this moment. Spend 5 minutes each day in meditation with this symbol, allowing its energy to attune your consciousness to the frequency of your desire. As you gaze upon its perfect proportions, feel how its mathematical harmony brings order to your thoughts and alignment to your energy field. Place your chosen symbol where you will see it regularly, perhaps by your bedside, on your altar, or in your workspace. Let its presence remind you of the universal forces working through you, for these ancient patterns are more than mere shapes. They are keys that unlock the geometric blueprint of all creation. Chapter 23, The Eternal Now. In the hidden village of eternal wisdom there lived a timekeeper named Ravi, who tended to the village's ancient clocks. One morning, moved by an inner knowing, he halted every timepiece in the village, from the grand tower clock to the smallest pocket watch. As the mechanical hands froze, something remarkable stirred in the hearts of the villagers. You possess this same ability to step outside time's relentless march. The present moment, this breath, this heartbeat, holds the seed of all creation. When you release your grip on past and future, you enter the sacred space where manifestation occurs. In that timeless village, the inhabitants discovered that without the constant reminder of passing hours, they began to experience life with renewed wonder. Children played until their joy naturally subsided rather than being called inside by the clock. Meals lasted as long as the conversation flowed. Work became a flowing dance rather than a race against time. In releasing their bondage to measured moments, the villagers found themselves living in the eternal now, the only moment that has ever truly existed. The universe knows no past or future. It creates eternally in the present moment. When you align with this truth, you step into the same creative power that births stars and moves mountains. Your point of power exists nowhere else but here, now, in this breath. In a distant kingdom, there lived a dancer named Layla, who discovered this same truth through movement. As she danced, she would lose all sense of time, merging completely with the rhythm. In these moments of pure presence, her dance transformed both herself and those who witnessed it. She became one with the eternal flow of creation, demonstrating that when we release our grip on time, we touch something timeless within ourselves. This is the great secret. That manifestation occurs not through forcing or waiting, but through being fully present to what is. In this moment of now, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your power to create lies not in some distant future, but in your ability to be fully present with what is arising now. When you align with the eternal present, you tap into the infinite wellspring of creation itself. The masters of old understood this profound truth, that the present moment is the only point where transformation is possible. By anchoring yourself in the now, you transcend the limitations of past and future, accessing the boundless creative force that flows through all things. This is not merely a philosophical concept, but the very key to unlocking your innate power of manifestation. Practice. Set aside 10 minutes where you will not be disturbed. Allow yourself to sink fully into the present moment. Notice the sounds around you, the sensation of breath moving through your body, the play of light and shadow in your environment. When thoughts of past or future arise, gently return your attention to the sensory experience of now. Feel the aliveness that exists in this eternal moment of creation. Chapter 24, Tapping into the Quantum Fabric of Reality. In the mountain heights where ancient wisdom whispers through the winds, there lived a wise elder named Yun, who spent her days weaving on a mystical loom. A young seeker, drawn by tales of her insight, climbed the winding path to find her. You now stand at the threshold of understanding how your consciousness interweaves with the fabric of existence itself. As Yun's fingers danced across the threads, she revealed to the seeker how each strand represented a thought, each pattern an intention, and each completed weaving a manifestation brought into form. The quantum field surrounds you always, an infinite sea of potential waiting to be shaped by your conscious awareness. Like the threads on Yun's loom, every thought you hold creates ripples through this field, weaving the tapestry of your reality. When you understand this truth, you realize that manifestation is not about reaching outside yourself, but about aligning your inner vibration with the universal fabric. In a distant valley, there lived an artist named Chen who discovered this same principle through his craft. Each morning, he would stand before a blank canvas, understanding that within its emptiness lay infinite possibility. As his brush touched the surface, he did not simply paint. He merged with the creative force itself. His paintings seemed to emerge from nowhere, yet they had existed first in the quantum field of pure potential. The universe operates as this grand cosmic loom, with consciousness as the weaver. Your thoughts and energy are the threads that pattern reality into form. When you align your awareness with this truth, you become a conscious creator, working in harmony with the quantum field rather than struggling against it. Like a master artisan who understands the nature of their materials, you learn to move with the flow of creation rather than forcing your will upon it. This ancient wisdom, known to mystics throughout the ages, reveals that your consciousness is not separate from the creative force. It is an essential part of the universal tapestry, forever weaving new possibilities into existence through the eternal dance of thought and manifestation. Practice. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine yourself surrounded by a vibrant, shimmering web of energy, the quantum field of all possibility. See your desire as a glowing point within this web, connected to all other points by threads of light. Feel the energy of your intention sending ripples through this field, watching as your desire begins to take form within the web. Maintain this visualization until you sense the reality of your desire emerging from potential into form. Chapter 25. The Mastery of Focus. High in the mist-shrouded peaks where the air grows thin and each breath becomes precious,